Hi everyone, this video is about my own summary of chapter 2, which is entitled as Configure a Network Operating System. So, watch this. Every computer needs an operating system to function. It includes network devices such as routers, switches, and access points. A network device also uses an operating system that is called Network Operating System, or NOS. A network operating system is an operating system that enables device hardware to function and provides an interface for users to interact with. Another operating system that is used to configure a network is the Cisco Internetwork Operating System, or the Cisco IOS. It is a generic term for the collection of network operating system that is used by most Cisco networking devices regardless of the type and the size of devices. An operating system has a portion, the kernel, and the shell. Kernel is the portion of an operating system that interacts directly with computer hardware and software. It manages how hardware resources are used to meet the software requirements. On the other hand, the portion of an operating system that interfaces with the application and the user is called the shell. It is a user interface that allows users to request specific tasks from the computer that can be made either through the command line interface or the graphical user interface. When we say command line interface, or CLI, it is a system that is a text-based environment where the user entered a command at the command prompt. But when we say graphical user interface, or the GUI, is also a system where users interacts with, but in graphical environment with icons, menus, and windows. Cisco IOS switch can be implemented with no configuration and still switch data between connected devices. It can be accessed by the command line interface access methods, either the console or the AUX, secure shell, and telnet. To configure a Cisco device, a console connection must be established. There are two primary command modes that is used to separate management access in Cisco IOS software. It is the user exec mode and the privilege exec mode. The user exec mode, which has a limited capabilities but it is useful for basic operations. It is referred as a view-only mode, and it is identified by the CLI prompt that ends with a greater than symbol. While the privilege exec mode, it is the one that allows access to all commands and features. This mode can be identified by the prompt ending with the sharp symbol. To configure the device, it goes to the global configuration mode that is identified by a prompt ending with config, close and open parentheses, and then sharp after the device name. To go to the global configuration mode, make sure that you are in privilege exec mode and you will enter the command global config terminal. There is two common sub-configuration mode. The line configuration mode that is used to configure console, SSH, telnet, and the AUX. And the interface configuration mode is used to configure a switch port or router network interface. In command line interface, the mode is identified with the command line prompt that is unique to that mode, and every prompt begins with the device name. So various commands are used to move in and out of the command prompts. Cisco iOS device supports many commands, and each of it has a specific format or syntax that can only be executed in the appropriate mode. The general syntax for command is any appropriate keywords and arguments. The Cisco iOS command reference is the ultimate source of information for a particular iOS command. If user doesn't know that the next command while they're configuring in the command line interface, user can use the iOS help features such as the context-sensitive help and the command syntax check. Enter a question mark at the command line interface to access the context-sensitive help, while the command syntax check, it verifies that the command entered by the user is valid. You can use hotkeys and shortcut to make configuring, monitoring, and troubleshooting easier. So this chapter is about the configuration of network operating system and also Cisco network operating system. When configuring the network device, it must be configure a unique device name or host name that can be used for authentication process. It also configures banner messages and passwords. When configuring a password, it limiting the access to the device and password should be encrypted. Always remember that password should be encrypted when configuring a device. Encrypting password also introduced in this chapter. And it is one of the most important things to remember when configuring to make it secure, and it is not easy to access by other user. Saving and deleting running configuration file are also discussed in this chapter, as well as the testing or checking of connectivity between each devices. Running configuration file was saved in a random access memory or RAM, where the contents may lose when the device is powered off or restarted, while if the running configuration file was saved in a non-volatile random access memory or NVRAM, the contents does not lose when the device is powered up, and it is now called as startup configuration.
This is an example of a configuring network. So, when this dialog appear, always say no. So now we are in user exec mode, then we type enable command for us to go in privilege exec mode. So we will go to the global configuration mode, so we will type the command configure terminal. So now we are now here in global configuration mode. We will put a host name for a router, and we will put a password. So enable secret access. Access is the password. So we will put another password which is for the configuration line. So we will show the run config and see that the passwords are saved there. Make sure that your password is always encrypted.
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy and understand my video. I'm Kisha Lyka Villanueva of IT 2105.